Hello FPL managers, yes, we're back again with another video for the Fantasy Premier League 2021-22 season. In this video, we're going to be looking at how well we did in Game Week 1. We're going to look at our transfer plans for Game Week 2, our captain picks, and our team selection for Game Week 2. If you're new to the channel, we drop FPL content once every week, and we intend to do that until the season ends. So don't forget to like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. We're a young channel, it helps us out a lot. Let's get straight into business. So this is exactly how we set up for Game Week 1. We had Sanchez in goal, Trent, Target, and Shaw in defense. And only Trent got us points. He had a clean sheet against Norwich from the 3-0 win. And Target didn't even finish the game, and he was taken off at half-time. He already conceded 2 goals by that time, so he didn't have any points whatsoever, not even appearance points. Shaw conceded a goal and got a yellow card, so that accounted for the 1 point. But we had more joy in midfield. We had 20 points from Fernandes and 34 from our captain Salah, and none of us expected Fernandes to get a hat-trick. 3 goals is a lot. You could expect him to get a goal and an assist, but 3 goals, wow, that was very, very welcome. A lot of players, a lot of managers already had Fernandes. In fact, some of them already captained him, so it was kind of good to see that Salah could almost match those points, because it would have been really bad for us if he didn't get a lot of FPL points for us. Mahrez didn't do as well as we thought he would, but it was against Spurs, so there's not much surprise there. We bought him for the Norwich game, so we really don't need to overreact with him blanking in the Spurs game in Game Week 1. Trossard, he also didn't finish the game, but at least he got us 2 appearance points in the 2-1 win over Burnley. And Barnes, he featured for Leicester in the 1-0 win. He also got a 1 point for the clean sheet that Leicester got. So at our strike force, we had Antonio with 13 points. Very impressive. I think he was the highest scoring forward on FPL in Game Week 1. And Tony did very well against Arsenal in their 2-0 win, but he didn't get any goals or assists in that game, but he performed really well, so we're gonna keep him in the team. On our bench, we had Tsimikas, who got a clean sheet. He started the game, and we had to leave him on our bench because we weren't exactly sure that he was going to start at left back. It was a really risky thing to do, but a lot of managers had the balls to do it. But we just kept him as our first sub just in case any of our players don't feature, and he turned out to feature in the Liverpool game, so he did that and scored 6 points. And Duffy also featured for Brighton, so it seems that he's going to be replacing White, who has gone to Arsenal. So he's a starter, another £4 million defender, so I've got 2 of those on my bench. And if Tsimikas loses his position, which he will eventually when Robertson comes in, then we can easily just switch to another £4 million defender. There's a lot of those who started the Game Week 1. Amate, I thought Vestergaard was going to start for Leicester City, but Amate did instead. And also Livramento from Southampton, he also started for Southampton. So there are a lot of £4 million defenders to keep an eye on. Even at Wolves, we had who also started the game for Wolves in their 1-0 loss against Leicester City. So there are a lot of options in that £4 million bracket. So we ended the game week with 85 points, and a lot of managers crossed the 100-point mark in Game Week 1. And if you are one of those managers, congratulations to you. You already crossed 100 points in Game Week 1. That's really impressive. Salute to your FPL skills. We didn't do that, but at least we crossed the average points, and that's about 15 points more than the average points. So that left us in about 1.7 on the ranks. And with our team, at least the team looks good for Game Week 2. We didn't get any injuries, and the players that we did select all seem to be starters for their clubs, so that's a good one. At least that's some positive to take into Game Week 2. That means that we are kind of set, and our initial plan to roll the transfer for game week 2 is kind of still in play, but we'll talk about that down the line. As for game week 1 prediction league picks, we went with Fernandes, Havertz, Trent and Kufal. For those who don't know what our prediction league is about, we just pick 4 players who we feel are going to score points in game week 1, and we have some rules that we're going to be following every week. I'm going to leave a link in the description below for you to check out the video where I talk about the prediction league. It's very easy to understand. We just rank ourselves based on the points that we get from the players that we select every game week. So premium pick in Fernandes, he scored points, so that was good. Havertz didn't start the game for Chelsea, which is surprising because I was thinking probably Werner will be the one to drop, but Havertz was the one who was on the bench, and he came in and just got the 1 point, so he didn't score points for us on our prediction league. Trent got a clean sheet, so he came good for us, and Kufal got just 1 point in the West Ham Newcastle game, considered 2 goals, so that one hurt a little bit, but at least we got 2 out of 4 picks, so that leaves us with just 1 point on the table. So on the Premier League table, we would be probably 11th. Yes, 11th on the rankings. So that's how our prediction league is gonna go. As for prediction league picks for game week 2, I'm gonna talk about that down the line, but our team is gonna look like this for game week 2. Our plan to roll the transfer for game week 2 is still on. For a while I thought about taking out Barnes and bringing in Benrahma just to catch the price rise, because from the list I can see that Benrahma is gonna be rising in price tonight, and I could have done that, but after much thought I think I'm gonna stick with the plan that I had before game week 1 to roll the transfer and then go into game week 3 with 2 transfers and bring in Heung-min Son for that Watford game. So that's still our plan, and this is the team that it's gonna be going into game week 2. I've taken out Target and I've brought in Tsimikas, and even though there has been a scare a bit with Robertson found to be running and training, I still think that Tsimikas is going to start the game in game week 2. Okay, even though if he doesn't start, then our bench is well secured to ensure that we are not hurt by that. And in goal we have Sanchez, we have Trent, Tsimikas, Shaw. In defense we have Fernandes, Mahrez, Salah, Trossard, Barnes, and as our strike force we have Antonio and Tony. As for game week 2 captain pick, before the game week 1, we already kind of had an idea of who our game week 2 captain is gonna be. I had a list of Mahrez, Salah, Fernandes. Salah and Fernandes did really well in game week 1. Mahrez not so much. He missed a very clear opportunity to put City ahead against Spurs. So I thought he was going to get dropped because he got subbed out, but with Gundogan's injury, not so sure anymore. He will probably start game week 2, and if he does, I expect him to do very well against Norwich. And as for Salah and Fernandes, picking any of them is kind of like a toss-up. Salah doesn't really do too well against Burnley, and I see a lot of stats saying he's only had about 3 goal contributions in 7 games or something like that. Mane has done a lot better against Burnley, but I also saw another stat saying that Burnley considered a lot of chances on the left side of their defense, so that's a side where Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah really have a lot of fun. So it might be there might be some wisdom in picking Salah as your captain. But with Fernandes getting a hat-trick, coming off a hat-trick, he would probably be on form and probably get you points against Southampton. He's very good against Southampton. I think he's only faced them about three times, and he scored 2 goals and 3 assists. I'll have to check that, but he has really good stats against Southampton. So for our team, right now it's I left it on Salah, but I may be switching back to Mahrez. It all depends. The closer we get to the game week, the clearer idea we would have on how Pep is going to go about it. I'm going to wait until the press conference. All the press conferences are done before I make major decisions. So the captainship is on Salah for now. It could move to Mahrez or it could stay with Fernandes. But for now, I'm going to leave it on Salah. And then after the conference with Pep, we would address it and then know if we're going to take it to Mahrez or move it to Fernandes. A lot of managers seem to be planning to do the exact same thing, and that means they're going to be rolling their transfers for game week 2 and going into game week 3 with 2 transfers. So that seems to be the wise choice. If you look on Twitter at FPL Flannel, he put up a poll that had have 21% of voters planning to use their transfer. Probably managers who have players who have gotten injured, maybe like a Maddison or a Gundogan. Even though we're hearing that Gundogan has trained with the team, he could be playing game week 2 against Norwich. And there's a lot of managers who are still going to be selling him a lot, have already sold him and brought in probably Benrahma, which would account for why his price is going up. So a lot of managers are doing that. Some are taking a hit. I'm not sure if that is accurate, taking a -4 hit, but most managers are planning to roll the transfer. So you're not alone if that's what your plan is. You can also do that if you don't have any fires to put out. Here's a tweet I found on Twitter, very funny one. If I have to make a transfer in game week 2, then I've already made a mistake. It's a spin of a very famous Paolo Maldini quote, you know the one. And that's actually true. A lot of managers are gonna be rolling their transfers, so you're not alone if that's your plan. And regarding our captain picks, at RichP_FPL, he said can't decide whether to captain Salah or Bruno Fernandes in FPL this week. So I'm going to play my double captainship, and he's placed it on both Salah and Fernandes, only if that was possible. It's a very funny one. You can go and follow these guys. They're very informative managers, very educative FPL knowledge on Twitter. And the Grandmaster himself, Brent Krellin, on Twitter, he's also in on the fun. He said, don't overreact to game week 1. Well, a lot of managers did very well in game week 1, and a lot of managers also didn't do so well. So this advice goes to those guys. Don't overreact. It's only game week 1. You'd be shocked that some of the players who underperformed in game week 1 would blow you away in game week 2. It's happened countless times. Okay, so just stay calm, be smart about it, just relax. In game week 2, when game week 2 is done, you can look at the games that have gone on, you can see the trends that are building, and then you can make more educated transfers that would benefit your squad. Okay. For our game week 2 prediction league picks, we've gone with Kevin De Bruyne as our premium attacking pick. He's facing Norwich, so I expect him to do really well. He came on from the bench in game week 1. We really didn't expect him to feature at all in game week 1, which means he's probably fit enough to start game week 2, and he would probably do very well against Norwich. So he's our premium attacking asset. For our mid-range attacking assets, we've gone with Buendia. He didn't do very well at all in game week 1, but I'm expecting him to turn it around against Newcastle in game week 2. Our premium defensive pick, we've gone with Shaw. He's facing Southampton away, and I think he's gonna keep a clean sheet. I don't expect him to get an assist or anything like that, but I have got a bit of faith that United are gonna keep a clean sheet against Southampton. And as for mid-range defensive pick, I've gone with Dunk. Brighton's considered a goal in game week 1, and probably they could keep a clean sheet against Watford. I don't know if Emmanuel Dennis is going to be fit to face Brighton. If he's not, then probably Troy Deeney is going to start that game, and if he does, I have a lot more faith that Brighton are going to keep a clean sheet. Okay, so that's our video for today. I expect our plans to remain the same. Any changes, you have to check us at FPL Vendetta on Twitter. That'll be all. I'll say cheers, FPL wisely, and I'll catch you in the next one.